into a business as a beginner and start going into a pricing war with your competitors. The marketplace pays for value. What value are you bringing to the market? There are people who are willing to work with you, but you are not looking in their direction. We believe in strangers more than friends. Era of the days where people raise money randomly has passed. If you cannot get a business ground up, I don't think you deserve to get funded.
Subscribe and turn on notification. It is how you encourage us to continue bringing you the latest education on psychology and well-being. And it's also how YouTube get to recommend this video to more audience and more people, bigger audience like you. Subscribe and ring the bell. Let's get back into the video. Welcome to the Ulab show with Dr. Emeka. Here on Ulab, we bring you practical and scientific knowledge on well-being and flourishing. Every week, we bring experts in business, finance, wellness, and human flourishing to share their knowledge and strategies on human transformation. And here today, we have a notable personality in the creative space. He's a builder, serial entrepreneur, problem solver, and the CEO of Trazo by Olili. Mr. Ejike, welcome to the Ulab show.
Thank you. You're doing good, yeah.
So, after everything you've learned, what actually makes a business survive?
What makes a business survive is rule number one: let the credit side be more than the debit side, and don't get into trouble. So what I mean by credit side, debit side is aim for revenue.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
Now there are businesses that may not give you revenue, but they may give you valuation. Those businesses are for people who have money already.
Okay.
You get? Money Point can wake up and say, okay, I'm giving you guys switching every transaction, same amount we're paying to NIBS.
Yeah.
And what will happen? Transaction base is going to increase.
Okay.
User base is going to increase. Volume to increase. Revenue may not come.
Yeah.
But they can survive.
Yeah.
They can use some of those their balances and put it in one of these instruments and be making up to 17% annually.
Yeah.
That can sustain the business. And they will squeeze you. They will short squeeze you coming into the market. So do not go into a business as a beginner and start going into a pricing war with your competitors. Rule number one: don't you dare go into the business with pricing war, because those people can minus $10 million from their revenue just to squeeze you out of business, just to grind you over. And you know what that will do? That will increase their monopoly strength in the market.
That's what it does.
Because when people see how they crush you, they will not want to come near the sector. So let your credit side be more than your debit. For your debit side, don't throw money in here. You just starting a business. You don't need a fancy office. My parlor was my office when we started Olili Food.
Okay, your parlor?
My parlor at Midwifery.
Yeah.
That table we used as my office table then, I still have it in my house.
Okay.
The sticker there for my first Olili is still there. Before we got our small office, and now we have like our
big office. And
it's not even big. You understand?
Yeah.
Because currently now, have you been there? You visited?
Yeah, I know the complex.
Okay, you know the complex, yeah. So and we have like the whole floor.
Yeah.
So and we're all looking at it and saying, this office don't do choco.
Interesting.
So imagine if we had shoot up to go and get a big office, because a lot of founders immediately they have money to start a business. They focus more on the relevancies, on the clouds, on the aesthetics, rather than the main business itself. You just started your business, you're already signing brand influencers in 8 figures. You're already doing what's it called? Sponsoring events.
Yeah.
You've not even attained product market fit. You don't even know if that product is going to
work.
There is a brand name I'll just call. You remember Paypot?
Yeah.
That sponsored Big Brother some years ago.
Yeah.
Where is Paypot today?
It's gone under.
I mean, I'm not hearing of Paypot. They may still be in business, but it's not as Paypot. Because then they were competing against the Jumia and the Congas then.
Okay.
And those Jumia, they have deep pockets. So immediately you're coming, you need to first of all penetrate. One logic I've always used in my business, and it has worked for me over the years, is our first 1,000 users are organic users.
Okay.
We don't do adverts. For the first 1,000, we don't do adverts.
Yeah.
So those organic users are going to come. In fact, they are like from people we know to the second generation to the third generation. Somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows us. So most of those feedback comes to us directly. We use it to increase the product reliability.
Okay.
Or not increase product reliability. And then where you know that you need to start marketing is when people who use your product start saying, this product they work, now I need to do more adverts. Okay. Like I get that a lot for Hizo. Be like, but people don't know this product they work, but people don't know them. But when you just come in and you start, and first impressions last.
True.
I can download an app and then I find it difficult to do KYC, I find it difficult to do transaction, I find it difficult to use the app, and then I'm frustrated, I just delete the app. So in 2 years time, if you become better, I'll be like, this useless app, I've used it before. True. I mean, it's general with us.
Yeah.
But the people who are close to you, when they use the app, they know you just started.
Yeah.
They know they have somebody to talk to. The people you're going to advertise that doesn't know anything about your company, they don't have anybody to talk to. It is just their impression. It is between them and the app.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then it's shit. So if those set of persons are able to validate your product, then you can go all wild, knowing that you have up to like 1,000 persons that have used the product and it's working. Then the bug fix and the rest. So control your spending as a business person. You're just coming into business. You don't have the luxury of, you are not Money Point, you are not OP.
Yeah.
You know, it took OP and Money Point, I think few years ago that they started doing like massive viral marketing.
Yeah, OP. I think OP was in for a long time with no profit. I think OP particularly.
They have been in fact, they started with OP, O Cash, O Ride, O Book, O Food, O many things, and then they consolidated to OP, bought Paycom license.
Yeah.
And then they started doing a whole lot of groundwork. Before now, you can see, you go to everywhere, you see OP. If you look at most of the businesses that are doing massive marketing, brand awareness, you will notice that they already have millions of users. The product is working. There are basic things that are no longer causing error. Users can onboard seamlessly. Users can transact. I'm using like the finance app as a case study. User can transact seamlessly. Imagine spending money to acquire 1,000 unsatisfied users.
Unsatisfied users.
Those 1,000 unsatisfied users are going to talk down on your product to another 10,000. And some go as far as, but do you know when people use an app and it works, they forget to rate the app.
Yeah.
But when they use an app and it doesn't
They
work,
remember that the
rating works.
Yeah.
They go there and drop some. There are some rating I see on my app, and I'll be like, bro, we don't have any personal problem now. You are going too hard on us. I mean, and users are funny. If you do B2B, B2C, you know users are funny. Like, there was a guy that dropped a very nasty rating on our crypto startup app. So I think, I don't know how my team were able to get to him. He said he had a deposit, he was not attended properly, and then we ran a check on his account. This guy has been with us for 2 years. And he has done 7 figures in dollars. The one transaction he has an issue. He went to our Play Store review and said we are scammers. Somebody who has done 7 figures in dollars, I'm not telling you in Naira, 7 figures in dollars, being a customer for 2 years plus, still went ahead to call us scammer.
Yeah.
Now, if a person who has had such an experience can still go ahead to be angry to the extent of calling us scammers,
Yeah.
what more a new user who has not used your app saw that such comment? They will never want to use your app. Or a first timer, they will never want to use your app. So cut down on your unnecessary marketing till you hit product market fit. The credit side must be higher than the debit side.
Interesting. I'm loving this. So how do you grow a business, find partners, raise funds, and hire the right people?
How do you grow your business?
Yeah. Find
Find the
partners,
right partners,
raise funds,
and
get the right people.
get the right people. Now let's move raise funds to the last.
Okay.
How do I grow my business? Number one, what solution are you bringing to the marketplace? The marketplace pays for value. What value are you bringing to the marketplace? We are all in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Every product you use today was built by someone. It was a product that is meant to solve a problem. And when a product solves your problem, you can even market it on your own.
Yeah.
You can recommend it to people. So growing business has to do with understanding the major facts around the niche you play in.
Okay.
Then the people you work with, finding partners. Yeah. I tell people finding partners is not difficult. Do you know I say it's not difficult? There's this popular saying, what you are looking for in Sokoto, do your Sokoto. There are people who are willing to work with you, but you are not looking in their direction. Now, because a lot of us, we believe in strangers more than friends. We have this whole narrative of, oh, your friend will not patronize you. That narrative, to me, my own point of view is, some of us can't take criticism from our friends. And our friends may not be as constructive in criticizing us as strangers. So we take criticism as hate.
Yeah.
We take criticism negatively instead of positively. So we now make foes from our friends and allies from strangers. And no matter how you look at it, it is difficult for strangers to trust you from the get-go. You know, your enemy doesn't know your itinerary, but your friends does.
True.
There's a popular Igbo saying that says that it is a rat inside the house that tells a rat outside.
There's a feast inside.
There's a feast inside. So if you must build quality partners from your friends, from your circle, because you interact with them day by day, you know their mindset. You know the ones that are good in sales. Like you can have a friend that is very good in sales. How do you know? From conversation, you see him convince people to do what they don't want to do. Let me be controversial.
Yeah.
Now imagine your friend convincing you to test red wine. Sweet red wine. You don't take alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And your friend was able to convince you to take red. That's a salesperson.
That's a good salesperson.
That's a very good salesperson.
Yeah.
You already have a salesperson in front of you, but you want to go and look for somebody who went to Harvard when you don't have the money to pay.
Yeah.
There are some persons within your friend circle that whenever there is a crisis, we call that person to say, oh, so and so person is misbehaving. He's the one to coordinate everything. That's an operational manager, for crying out loud. That person coordinates the friend group. Whenever somebody is having an occasion, he's the one to create the WhatsApp group to bring in people to say, okay, this is the plan, this is the plan. those are the signs of their qualities, which can also be related to your business. So when you are looking for partners, there are people who have those qualities. Now, when you are able to detect that they have those qualities, then you will now know if they have shared vision alignment.
Okay.
So detecting the quality in them and then trying to verify the vision alignment. Because some persons might have the quality and they don't have the vision. They don't believe in what you believe in.
Yeah.
But some person, when they have the vision and they believe in, they will follow you blindly. They'll be like, okay, let's do this.
Very true.
And the third thing you need to look out for, are they teachable? Would they want to learn, unlearn and relearn? How open-minded are them? So you converse. These are people you converse. A lot of us, I was once a victim of that. Sometimes I go on LinkedIn, I want to look for somebody, I go on LinkedIn, I started looking at their profile, I go to their profile, and you see those people that put a lot of beautiful bios on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Some of them are terrible. And another thing, you're a businessman.
Yeah.
Most of the times, most people you work with are people who were recommended.
Yeah.
Somebody has to put their name on the line. And then you be like, okay, this person was okay. I mean, like coming here, I was recommended by Chooks, right?
Yeah.
So if Chooks you recommend, you'd be like, okay,
True.
this person is worthy to have a conversation with.
True.
So if I walk in or I meet you randomly and say, oh, I would like to come and talk about myself, you may be skeptical. You'll be like, okay, we'll make our time. But when it's coming from a place of recommendation,
yeah.
So those are the things you look at in building your team. Then the next one I moved fundraising to the last
one. Then I talked about
people.
Yeah.
So people, selecting your team and hiring is almost the same thing. So but in hiring, hire who you can fire.
Hire who you can fire.
Yes, hire who you can fire. If you can't hire who you can fire, then that is where your foundational problem starts from in your business. Everybody needs to know that they can't hold you to hostage. Every employee needs to understand that part. The moment an employee feels like they can hold the company to hostage, often if they don't want to, one day they will try it. So hire who you can fire. Then for people, why you want to be loved, also make sure you are being feared. I mean, for the laws of power say live love, may they fear you. But me, my own POV is why you want to be loved. You want your staff to love you, right?
Yeah.
But make sure they also fear you, because fear creates boundary.
Yeah.
Love doesn't.
Yeah.
Love doesn't create boundaries.
Yeah, because of our understanding of it.
Yes, because there's a lot of understanding, there's a lot of compromise. Like there's a lot of sentiment around it.
Yes.
Look your home, for instance. Now there are things your wife will do. The love of your life. Now you don't move on. There are things family will do now,
Yeah.
But in your business, when they know you can fire them, but if they know you are soft, you are weak, you love them, you are doing those normal, they can ride on you, apologize and get away with it. And the moment they understand that they can do it, it becomes a routine. But fear creates boundary.
Yeah, that's what
and you need those boundaries in business.
Yeah.
So then for fundraising, I mean, it depends on the business, but I really don't see fundraising as a priority for starters.
Okay.
The reason is because if you cannot get a business ground up, I don't think you deserve to get funding without experience. There's a caveat to it: without experience. There are businesses you see that, we want to want to launch so and so product, they have already raised. The era or the days where people raise money randomly has passed. We are no longer in that era. Now we are in an era where people just don't want to see product anymore. They want to see revenue. They want to see numbers. They want to see the coordination. They want to see your corporate governance. They want to see your structure. Because money is hard to come by.
Yeah.
So the days where people use Excel sheets, use PDF to raise money. Oh, I have a very bright idea. When we do this, we do that. By year 2035, in the next 7 years, we've made $100 million. Those days are gone. Just wake up to the reality that you have to start a business. The days of MVP is gone also.
MVP is gone.
The days of MVP, raising funds with MVP, as a beginner, as a first timer, is gone. If Money Point should announce that, oh, we have a new product we're launching, it's called KY, is going to do this, do that, do this, do that, do that, people will give him money.
Yeah.
He already has a successful product. Yeah. But if you come outside and say, oh, we have a very wonderful product, it's an AI product that is going to do this, do that, do this, do that, they'll be like, okay, yeah, launch now, we are here.
Let's see the track record first.
Put your money in your own product. Grow your product. Let's see what you can do. So investor funds is to scale, not to start.
It's to scale, not to start.
Investor fund is to scale, not to start. So going after investors, I see young entrepreneurs come at me and say, oh, we noticed I've only raised twice. One was when we started with Lily. It was a very small amount, 10k, and then last year we raised 100k for Hizo. That's the only 2 times I've received. And those ones, they were like I don't know who call it raise. They were family and friends round. I've spoken to VCs, I've spoken to investors. I've been turned down by investors because it is no longer the way it is. And me, I'm more focused on revenue, growing my business. In fact, some of the investors I've had conversation with, we are locked on valuation issue. Oh, we want to invest in you at so and so valuation. I'll say no, I want it at so and so valuation. That is where most of us are having clash and differences. Because some of them are trying to undervalue the company, and then I'll be like, no. So they'll look like, okay, let's back out and see if they will. And you back out, some of them, pride or I don't know. I don't want to drag anybody. They will back out also. But I mean, none of my business is doing bad. So funding is meant to scale. At Hizo now, I mean, we do a good number. Annually, we do well above 6 figures, chasing 7 figures in revenue. Annually, in Hizo. So if I raise funds today at Hizo, it's to scale. Grow my corridors, increase my compliance, increase my licensing, increase my liquidity and all that, increase the product market fit. So I believe these are things young entrepreneurs should focus on, instead of what is working 10-20 years ago is no longer working now. The world has moved very fast.
Okay, now $1 million is like 1.4 billion naira.
Yeah.
So how do I start today? So let me say, for instance, EV is an untapped market in this side of the world. So let me say I want to start an EV business. How do I take it from 0 to $1 million in revenue within 12 months?
Wow. I'm a businessman. I'm not into miracle, but I mean, so the thing is, I started making money from business, from being a broker. I think that is where, if you want to get into EV as you are, and in 12 months you want to move your revenue to like $1 million, it's possible. It may not be up to, it may be above.
Yeah.
It's very possible. You have to put on a very mad sales hat.
Okay.
Now, with zero capital, you need to be a broker.
Broker. Okay.
You need to be able to connect the supply chain from top to bottom, from the buyers to the sellers. How do you do that? Where is the demand? Where is the supply? Making money is all about demand and supply.
Yeah, that's right.
Where is the demand? Where is the supply? When you start meeting people, first of all, you need to be an authority in this space. You need to understand how EV cars are. You need to orient people. You need to build your profile around understanding EV cars. Then look for where the supply is coming from. There are a lot of Chinese EV companies that are wanting to come into Nigeria. When you are able to understand how the EV system works, what it costs to bring it into Nigeria, what it costs to land it, whatever, the whole costing around it, then you go after the demand.
Okay.
The reason why you should not start from the demand is because there are questions they will ask you, they will throw you off balance. If you say you sell EV cars and I come and meet you and I tell you, okay, these EV cars you sell, what's the charging power, how many kilometers does the battery last? If I ask you some technical questions, I may be somebody who wants to buy an EV car, and I ask you those technical questions and you can't answer me, definitely you don't know your onion in the business.
Yeah.
But there's a way you talk to me confidently, you pitch to me, I want to try you out, and I may not even know that's your first business.
True.
So you need to understand the supply chain, and the supply chain has to come from the top. The demand market needs reasons to buy it. For status, for pleasure, for convenience, for whatever reasons.
True.
And you should be able to, so as a good salesperson, you should not be caught off guard. So it's about sales. Yeah. So when you're able to understand everything around the supply, everything about EV cars, where it is in China, you get contacts, you build that relationship, and then you go into the market. That is where we say you need value to be relevant in the marketplace. I have a friend of mine in China right now. We're talking. He said he wants to set up a website, like an app where people can. He's going to bring in Chinese suppliers of EV cars and different cars, and then he'll be able to be selling. He said he started 8 months ago, and he has sold up to 80 cars.
80 EV cars.
Not just EV, normal Prado, Hilux, Toyota from China.
Okay.
Within 8 months.
Yeah.
And it just solidified the my own point of view, because he went to China. He went there. Oh, what's the cost of these cars? What's the cost of this? So you need to be close to the supply.
Okay.
So that you can satisfy the demand. That is the only way you can grow from zero to
$1 million.
To $1 million.
In 12 months.
Yes. And another thing is discipline. Discipline in the sense of you need to understand the compound interest model.
Okay.
Compound interest model is where, let's say you made a profit of $10,000.
Okay.
Or $1,000. And then the next business you're doing, you are adding that $1,000 into buying more products.
Yeah.
Your product becomes one and some other little things. You made another $1,000. Now you have $2,000. Now 1,000 is the cash at hand. 1,000 is already in the business.
Yeah.
You are putting that 1,000 back into the business. So it's called injection and withdrawal. The moment you re-inject it into the business, you re-inject it into the business. Before you move from importing 4 cars on demand to having 6 cars, 4 on demand, 2 are yours.
Yeah.
So it is called the multiplier effect. So the more you compound it, you end up having more cars. And the day you meet somebody for credit, the day you go to the bank for credit, you stand more credit worthy than a person with a 15-pager business, 15-page business plan with so many figures that they can't defend. So reality must check in. You owe me $100 for that masterclass.
Okay, so if we remove the money, the company, the title, everything people now associate with your success, who do you think you would be?
Hey, one, I don't have money, so we've already removed that one. You said it. When I don't have money, we've removed that one. So the next one is the company and the title. I mean, title is just a name. There are responsibility to titles, and that is why the name CEO has been abused. It has been so much abused. So who will I be? I will be Don, a jolly good fellow, somebody that likes life, somebody that wants to be happy at every point in time, no matter how crazy the situation is. I get into very tight situations with my team, with my friends, and I'm still making joke of it. And they'll be like, Don, will you ever be serious? And I'll be like, what would the seriousness do at this point in time? The more you get serious, the more you get anxious, the more you want to run mad for the situation. So I mean, blow off the steam, ease yourself.
You have an incredible advice, my friend. Thank you for coming on the Ulab show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is all mine.
Thank you very much.
Guys, always keep tab with the Ulab show. It's very innovative, very creative, very informative. Something that will advise you to share with your friends. Talk to the next person about it. I mean, we come here to share our experience, share our life experience, not just what we think we are, but who we really are. We share it on this program. And big up to the doc himself for creating this platform to reach out to the next generation. And please, the next generation, the Gen Alpha, the Gen Beta, the Gen Zs. Gen Z is not a big part of my name. I want you guys to look at this program, look at this show, look at the people in this show. These are people who are not that old. They are people who are a little bit older than you. Just know that you can also be in this position. You can also, at a point we were lost, at a point we really don't know where we were going from. I mean, as at 2016, when I was done with my high institution, I had to move in with a friend by 2017 because I need to leave my comfort zone. I need to take a different life, and I feel we live in a generation where the peer pressure of social media has really done more harm than good to us. When they talk about the Olodo uprising, it's not really like the people doing this content are Olodo, but they are trying to survive. But it shouldn't take away critical thinking. It shouldn't take away the acknowledgement of educational excellence. It shouldn't rewrite what we've known, that leaders are readers. It should be able to give us an insight that we need to go back to the roots. We need to go back to being informative. We need to go back to being educative, and we need to go back to being a nation of brains. Nigerians are known to be very wise people globally. For those that are from the southeast extraction, you know what is called one boy, Iba boy. It is now being formally introduced into some educational sector on a global scale. So guys, share this program to your friends, to your family, to your loved ones. Let them be inspired that it is not only the bad egg among us that are also doing great things, but also there are people who are building businesses and they are young and they want to encourage you to be a better version of yourself. Thank you guys.
Thank you for staying by and completing this video. But we have another video somewhere on the screen that will take you deeper into the knowledge that you want that will change your life. So click somewhere on the screen for the next video showing. You will love it. It is about your well-being and the psychology that you need to flourish. This is Ulab, and we are here to make sure that your life gets better. Thank you. So click on it somewhere on the screen, and I'll see you there.